You ever been talking to a girl and suddenly she starts dropping off? The behavior starts to change, a bit slower messaging you back. It's not random, it's a test. And most guys fail this test. Now, if you fail this test, you're going to come across as insecure and weak. If you pass this test, then you're going to come across as a guy that is much more higher value and a guy that she's going to enjoy chasing. Now, in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 of the biggest tests women give you, why they do it, and how to overcome it. Okay, let's take a look at why women do this, socially, biologically. Let's take a look at biologically first. Biologically, we know that women are drawn towards confident, strong men that have leadership skills. And we know that they do this because they need to identify which category you fall into. Okay, whether you're a guy that is insecure, weak, and needy, or a guy that's got his shit together and is secure and makes her feel safe. Think about it. If you're insecure about yourself, then how are you going to offer her security? You see, a high-value guy doesn't trip up on small challenges. And look, you got to think about it. When she goes out with her friends, okay, she goes out with her friends, she gets hit on. Right? She gets hit on many times a night. So a woman has to put something in place to identify which category men fall into. Now, a lot of guys are so unconscious of this, they just fall into the trap of disqualifying themselves. Let's have a look at this, the attitude test. What does it look like? The attitude test is where she is challenging or disagreeing with your frame, your behavior. Okay, what does it look like? It might be something like, why aren't you drinking? Or why are you talking to us? Well, you look gay, right? It might be, wow, you're really full of yourself. What's key here is to be unshakable, right? How you pass the test is to be unshakable. And I get it. Sometimes you get out there and you'll be stifled. You might be just like, wow, I didn't really know what to say in that moment. So you'll take an L. Right? You'll take a loss in that moment. But what you must do is go home and think about, what would be something that I would say if something like that would ever come up again? And then you start training yourself to be improvised and thinking on the spot, right? And having witty comebacks. And slowly and surely, you will become unshakable. This is what they're looking for, okay? So let me just give you some examples here. So if someone said to me, like, well, why are you dressed like that? Are you gay? Let's say you're dressed like flamboyantly or something, or you're over gesticulating with your arms or whatever. An unshakable response might be, wow, I can only suggest you compliment me on my dress sense. Okay? You see, you've got to have something witty to come back with, or you let it go over your head and you keep on going forward. Okay? Now, what might be another one? You're really full of yourself. Oh, wow, you got me. I guess I am. Do you see? It's not like, oh, why are you attacking me? Right? It's something playful you got to come back with. If you be that guy, you'll overcome this test. Okay, let's look at this next one. It's when she becomes distant, right? And how does that look? How does it look? It looks like when she is dropping off her communication with her text messaging, okay? She might cancel a date. You got to ask yourself, what would a man of value do in these circumstances? Okay, well, he certainly wouldn't double up his text, triple up his text. Why? Because where's that coming from? It's coming from an emotional place. So we mustn't respond emotionally to the situation. Okay, whatever energy they're giving off, just match it. Remember, you want to come across as unshakable and calm. It's going to make them feel more safe. So if she says she can't make the date, just say something like, cool, I'll see you on the other side, right? And then you may follow up with her next week or whatever, or you put some space in between you two and she comes back to you. The same thing with the messaging, right? If you see the drop off, just match the pace, pique her interest. And here's the key thing. When she comes back, you mustn't punish her. What does punishment look like? Oh, why did your texting start to look like that? Or, oh, why did you cancel our date? Okay? That is so key. Okay? She was testing you. You overcome the test. Let's move forward. Okay, the next one, jealousy. Let's say that she mentions another guy's name. It might be the fact that she got hit on at work, or when she was out with the girls, or she brings up an ex-boyfriend's name. Okay, most guys fail this test because they choose to ignore it, right? They bottle it up, or they start competing and getting jealous. How you pass this test, again, think about it. Think, what would a man that has unshakable confidence do in this situation? How would he respond? Well, look, if you're in the business, right, of having beautiful women in your life, you've chose to pursue beautiful women, sorry to say, dude, it's part of the package. Guys are probably going to give it a go, right? They're going to get hit on. Yeah, your woman's going to get hit on. So, in response to the situation, you'd look at it and go, well, what can I say? He must have good taste, okay? You know what? Maybe we should start a fan club. What do you think? Right? It shows that you're secure, you're calm, and, you can add a bit of humor into the situation. But, showing signs that you're jealous or you're going to compete, no, it's not attractive, okay? You're going to fail the test. Okay, so let's have a bit of a recap. If it's an attitude test, you respond with playfulness or you become unfazed. If it's a pullback test, you match the energy and you certainly don't chase. If it's a jealousy test, again, it's humor and you remain confident. So there you have it, guys. I hope these tips have been helpful for you. And if you want more of a breakdown of this sort of stuff, do hit subscribe and hit test passed in the comments to continue the discussion. Thanks a lot, guys.